Welcome back to the potty. Roll the intro.
Yeah, they call me a savage. I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.
Yo.
Morning, bro. How are you?
Yeah, good. Just a quickie. If you're watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, share whatever you think. That just lets us know that you're enjoying what we're doing. I got a real big thing about I try to reply to every comment, even on the YouTubes, on the Instagrams, and when we cut up the little clips. So, but it helps us know,
100%.
It's good. What else is happening?
Just cruising, bro. Just having my coffee like I always do on a Tuesday morning. But yeah,
I got 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks left. Mad.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah, I
Always
feel
ask that
normal.
question,
I feel
but-
normal now.
Okay. Feeling good training?
Yeah, nothing. No
So
change.
Why is coffee such a big thing for you, bro? Because we always have this conversation, but I think it's important for people.
I think it just goes into you rely on it too much. That little kicker.
And why are you doing it again?
Lent, Catholic Lent.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have the one before. So Easter Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
we can you give up something for that time period.
Mad.
Yeah,
Feeling good though.
it's
Mad.
easy. Footy.
Did you watch any games? I didn't get any of the games.
Yeah, so I watched Melbourne play Bulldogs, which was that was a good game.
They
Melbourne
pumped
were
them, eh?
Yeah, just sort of shows the difference between each of the sort of the bottom teams towards the top teams. Pappenhausen was on fire.
That's right.
Eric
How
Grant.
many tries, bro?
3 or 4.
He's a fuck.
Yeah, he's a freak. He's like Billy Slater. Got a lot of Billy Slater, but then also his own stuff as well, which was cool.
Yeah.
Really like Kenny Bromwich and how he plays. It was good to see him up in camp.
Shout
He's a
out to
cool
Kenny.
dude. Shout out Kenny and Jerome Hughes is a gun now.
Yeah.
Came out of I don't know. He didn't have the big raps on him coming through the grades.
Well, he was playing up in what was he? He was up in Townsville, I think, or
He was playing Q
Sunshine
Cup,
Coast. Yeah, Q Cup when I was coming through at Redcliffe, and everyone knew he was always good, but I think he was at fullback then.
Yeah, he's a fullback.
Yeah.
But now he's a gun.
Yeah,
halfback.
he's just gone down to Melbourne and found his second stride. So
Yep.
he's playing good footy, man, and he's really good to watch around the park. His efforts off the ball are always there, which is why he had a good connection with that Pappenhausen there to score tries, easy ones too. And if you watched that game against Parramatta last week, I think Jerome Hughes had a hand in that last try that Hectic Cheese got through when he punched through the line. It just went from like best player to best player to best player, which is always good for a team.
Yeah, and I think when the teams are not always rebuilding each year, they've been together for what, 5 years minimum
It's hard. It's
all
hard, bro.
together, and they're like combinations. When you play with someone for that long, you know what they're gonna do. It's compared to Bulldogs, who are just everyone's brand new, and you sort of got to get used to each other.
Yeah, that's a great point that you made last week too. About having a strong spine. If your spine's been playing together for a while, or if they find those good combos during the preseason, then during the season shit just becomes easier. So
Yeah, it's definitely if you've got a great spine, you're gonna do well in the whole comp.
got
And
that
then
right.
I caught the Parramatta game. They
How was
pumped the Dragons. Yeah, they're probably the other top side.
Yeah.
They've got the good spine too. Gutho at the back.
Mhm.
Mahoney and Dill Brown's been playing super good.
Mm.
His running game's mad at the moment, stepping, a couple of line breaks. He's also a big
Big body.
5'8",
Yep.
like that. I guess like that Freddie Fittler mold.
Yeah.
So he always takes it to the line. Now he's starting to get that confidence, step, bang. He's got speed
They
too.
play good footy too, Paraman. They're not afraid of the ball. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they scored some mad tries too.
yeah, that flick pass from fucking Cartwright. Holy shit! I hope you're listening, Bryce. But fuck, that was a mad pass, bro. Holy shit.
Fuck, especially when you just get back in the team. But that's how he plays, right?
Yeah, bro.
He's always played like
He's
he'll
been like
always,
that. He's been like that since
throw it
Yeah,
if it's on.
when we were at Windsor and he came up and played, and there was big raps on him then. But it's just, he's always had that skill about him. You know,
I trained him for a bit actually.
Did ya?
Yeah,
Out at
the
Maryland.
tightest hips ever.
Tightest
Yeah,
hips, but he's
it
got
was-
the loosest lips, bro.
He's got like super tight hips actually.
Yeah,
Actually, I didn't know how to fix that, how bad it was, until now it's funny as a coach is. Back then when I was 2020, would have been before COVID, and sort of trying all that stuff just before COVID it would have been, and then just we're doing a bit of like 90s pigeon elevated, and he couldn't get his body in that position.
Tight hips like that. What's what is prescribed now?
External rotation real bad.
Yeah.
And then probably internal's probably horrible. So that hip needs to move that way and that way.
Okay.
Needs some rotation in it.
So really sometimes doing, your hip lifts and all that sort of stuff aren't going to benefit that, yeah?
No. You got to train rotation. Yeah,
okay.
so the hip moves in 4, 5, 6 different ways, and you got to just make sure it's moving right. So if it can't rotate, it's not going to flex and extend properly as well. And I think he's had a few knee injuries over his career.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So
I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
I've been getting heaps of comments about all the injuries, actually, saying what do they need to do. There's no right or wrong answer, but we still think there's a lot to be done.
There's heaps of work to be done, bro. I think that's like we keep saying, there's a lot of players out there that do have a lot of time on their hands. We experienced it ourselves, so, extra 15, 20 minutes per week, over a long period of time.
I got a good question. How would you add in your own stuff? Because you got to follow the weights programs and all that.
Yeah.
So just doing a little bit after?
There's 2 ways you can do it.
Well, let's break it down. How would you add in knees over toes to
a
strength and conditioning weight session?
So let's just say if I had 4 or 5 exercises to do, right? So like sleds.
They're not watching you too closely, are they? Nah. It depends who the...
Yeah, it depends who the strength and conditioning coach is. And
if you're a top dog, you can just say, "No, I'm not doing your weights yet."
I would program it for myself if I was playing now. As there's 2 ways you can do it. I think you can separate it, so you can do it before and after a training session or a weight session, depending on your time frame, or you can use it as a filler. So filler meaning, let's just say you were to do back squats, right, and then after you finished your back squat, your partner goes on and obviously gets on the weights. And as an active rest, I would do some of my knee stuff.
Yeah.
Just to fill that space in. So it's less rest. I know there's a lot more frequency with it, but when it comes to doing your mobility or your knee rehab or your prehab, whatever you want to call it, it's important to get that work done. So whatever it looks like, sometimes it may be filling in to that weight session, if you are an athlete, or might mean just breaking it up before and after as a warm up and a cool down.
Yeah, the reason why I like those knees over toes exercises is because they work so well for footy players during the season, and they're not so much load. You can still do the body weight stuff and still get a lot of benefits out of it.
Heaps of benefits, bro. That's all I do now. You've known or seen me train for the last, however long, and I've stripped right back. The only time that I do heavy lifting is when I'm doing my reverse step ups, and that's on a Monday. And with those reverse step ups, it's only short range, so I'm only working, that much range of movement compared to, when I am doing those big movements or the longer movements, I just stick to body weight.
And you don't even feel like lifting weights during the season, do you?
Nah, not at all.
Because you play on the Saturday or the Sunday, and you've got 2 or 3 days of body soreness to get over.
Yep.
And then you're already into your field sessions, probably a bit of contact work for a session, and then sort of tapers off to the end of the week. But those exercises, I feel like you can still get a lot out of it, even though you're not lifting heavy weight either.
Yep. I felt, there's a good question, but man, there'll be a lot of strength and conditioning coaches that would, shy away from that, or, give you a bit of an and an ah if you're doing that during sessions. But one, if you're a big dog, you can do whatever the fuck you want. If you're in that, trying to fight for that position in the team, then you might need to, figure out a way in order for you to get that extra work done. So.
Yeah, I used to do 2 fitness sessions during season a week extra.
What would you do?
I'd do Malcolm's. So I'd do the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd take like 20, 22 minutes, but pretty intense. And then I'd do like 10 posts, 10 200 meters, one on, sort of one off, I think. get them under 40 seconds and then a minute rest roundabout.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're under 20-minute sessions, but a good blowout. And I felt like I got super fit from them as well, and not taking too much out of my rest and recovery
tank,
as well. Yeah,
not too much out of the tank, so you're still feeling good by the weekend.
yeah. I'd probably feel worse if I just went for like an hour run or a 30-minute run, but I hit that for 2 20-minute sessions.
Those small blocks of work would probably
Fuck, when I was fit, I played super good, eh? I didn't realise. I didn't click. It just didn't click when I was younger. So when I was fit, better decision-making on the field, a lot more work rate, getting in dummy half, taking my dummy half scoots, which is good because I had a good quick play the ball, which was one of my
meter eater,
strengths.
bro.
Yeah, I just used to love getting in there, and just because I was strong, I felt I was gym strong, and that sort of translated into a quick play the ball. And you see those players, and then I'll just tell the hooker, bro, just get him behind me. Let me in, and then I'll try and get you a quick ball.
Me, bro.
So
Mine was plain weight, bro. If I ever got down to a good weight, like, 105, 106 kilos, I always felt fitter. It might have been, the effect it had on the brain, but, I was never the fittest player in the world, but I found that, as soon as I found my second wind, and it was always faster when I was lighter, I was able to maintain, I wouldn't say like 100% of effort, but I was able to maintain a higher one than most people.
did you like to play 80 minutes, or were you like needed a sub sort of? Was that?
As I got older, like it was harder. Bro, I've told you this a couple of times, man. That I used to live on anti-inflammatories the last 2 to 3 years of footy. So if anyone knows, when you get on anti-inflammatories and you play, it borderline makes your body feel numb.
Yeah.
And that 80-minute period, mate, it's like I'm just running on fucking my hips.
Yeah.
I can't feel hips down, bro. So, if I was light, 80 minutes, fine. 60 to 80 minutes. If I was heavier than 110 kilos, then it was hard to carry that weight around for, longer than 50 minutes. So,
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
That's good. I watched a bit of New South Wales Cup. It was Newtown versus Newcastle.
Newcastle, Cronulla, Newcastle, yeah.
Yeah,
Newtown's
so-
for the feeder club for, yeah, that's right.
Yep. It was good. It was a good game.
Were you watching someone in particular, or?
I had a few boys in there. Pasami, Iro. Yeah, so those boys were in there. There was Ruben Rennie. I think he done a bit of work with me, and he was playing back row. He went good. And, yeah, you sort of go back to, when you were playing
Your
in those
cup days.
back in the days, and you think, yeah. So most of the players out there are trying to play NRL, right? And you
Of
have
course.
the NRL players that are dropped back from full-time. Then
Mhm.
you have the non-NRL full-time members.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone sort of has a shot at, hopefully making probably their dream come true. You have the guys that are already played NRL with a couple up their sleeve. You have the people who haven't, and all those different trying to amalgamate into one team to play on the field. So it's hard, New South Wales Cup, to get that.
When you were watching, were there could you see the guys that were coming back from NRL? Could you like?
Yeah, you could tell those guys,
Yeah.
I thought, which was different than some. You can see the guys that weren't to it, probably in the bottom 5 of that game, and you could see the top guys that are pushing for those NRL spots. Just a bit of work rate and different. You can notice it. It's hard to explain, but you can tell a good player and someone who's probably just maybe just reached that level.
Yeah.
And probably won't kick on as well. But they're always like, you have a think back, like, what could I have done better? And I used to play both for Newtown, eh?
Yeah. I love Newtown days, bro. That was probably some of the best years I had in my life too.
Matto's still the coach.
Yeah, I know.
Does he just have that spot
He's
forever?
just
Or?
got that spot because I think Terry's still involved, obviously, and they've got that good culture or community culture there. So I think they'll find it hard to sort of separate that for a while.
How good's Henson Park on like a Sunday
cracker,
arvo and
mate.
you're playing and the whole
The whole family and crowds on the other
yeah,
side
on the bank.
on the big hill.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
loved Henson Park, bro. It's one of the best fields. It's just a shit field.
The field's
to
still
play on.
shit.
Oh, I'm not too sure. I don't know if they've got any work done, but
Yeah, it was a bit of a.
I loved playing there.
But no, it was a good day. And then the Newtown fans were real cool too.
They
You always go after the game and shake to
slap
go down
them
the.
up. Mate, good work, mate.
Yeah, they
Thanks,
loved it.
brother.
Why not get Newtown Jets back in the NRL?
It's just
Just
Metro,
some-
yeah.
yeah.
It's gonna be hard in the Metro, man.
Imagine filling out Henson Park. That'd be mad.
Have you seen the old footage of Henson Park filled? Have you seen the old footage of SCG being filled out?
Nah.
Fuck, the crowds used to be on the roofs of like the buildings and shit. Fuck,
There's no
imagine.
technology back then. It's like
No one
phones
gives a
and
fuck about them, bro. Let's go out to the game, mate. What about did you catch any female games, bro? Any of the ladies?
I watched a little bit of the Broncos Roosters. That was a bit of an upset.
Yeah,
Broncos
I've seen that.
Won the last couple of comps. And Roosters didn't start the season very well, I was like,
No.
I didn't think they'd make it, but then something must have clicked. I missed their last 2 games, so. But then Dragons are probably hot favourites in my eyes. Titans put up a pretty good fight though, and then that was 24-18. But Dragons look, they score those team tries, which is like players out the back, centre or winger scores. They've got a few speedsters, which I think's super important in the women's game because there's a lot of holes. Their fullback's a gun. That Tanagotto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get the names wrong. So Dragons Roosters next week. It'll be a pretty good game. I'm tipping the Dragons.
Yeah, Dragons. I can't I've watched a couple of games at the start of this season. They were just nice to watch. Their ability to, and I spoke to Horror about this, their ability to change or adapt under even weather conditions. It's nice to see, bro.
You can tell Jamie's put a bit of footy IQ into all of them, I think. He's super smart when I used to play with him, eh? He was like a coach.
He's a smart cat, man. He knows his footy.
He used to yell at me.
He used to yell at me too. He used to yell at me too, bro.
Where did you play with him, Roosters?
Newtown first, or Roosters. He was, you got the older guys, and then you've got the younger guys that have been with the older guys for ages, which was Sowie, and then you got the younger guys that are coming through, who played their first game and just get absolutely sprayed by Sowie. And
Sowie was a big sprayer, right?
Yeah,
he used to spray.
He's good for it.
There's a culture of that. I don't know if it's there anymore.
Nah. It's changed, bro. Times have changed.
Roosters used to
Everyone's very
rip people, man.
What's the word I'm looking for?
I used to rip people too. I got into that. I used to love it.
It depends on the heat of the game, bro. And as you started getting older, that's called for. You need to sort of get up people's asses in order for them to get out of whatever they're fucking thinking, or the mistakes that they're doing, or sometimes players can listen to that sort of spray and go the other way.
Yeah.
But you'll find during the heat of battle, most of them respond well.
Yep.
Your ass is fucking hanging out, and the last thing that you want to do is make a mistake. And sometimes you just need to get out of your own head and just get into the rhythm of the game. And you watch games these days, there's a rhythm to everything. And as soon as someone can go out of, so this is a good point actually. So when you're defending, there's a rhythm to it. All right. And the idea when you're defending a game is to keep within that rhythm. All right. And the opposition or the attacking side, they want to break that rhythm. So they change tempo. All right. And as soon as that tempo's changed and the referee sees that, they blow a penalty. Right. So what was the point I was getting to, bro?
Keep going, bro.
I was trying to get back to the point. But the point I'm trying to make is when you're under the heat of battle, that's right. Heat of battle, it's important to sometimes get out of your head and just get into the rhythm of the game, because I find that, being in the rhythm of the game, you'll be able to make less mistakes and you start working better as a team as well. So
Penrith do that real well.
Exactly.
The best. Their defense is super good in there. Attack is hot as well. I wanted to talk about player manager stuff, but I might leave that till next week.
Nah, let's go.
You reckon?
Yeah, bro.
Nah, we'll leave it till next week.
All right, next week.
All right, we'll do a short one today.
Yeah, mad.
Good, done and dusted.
Thanks for that, brother.
Ciao, bro.
Cheers.
Yeah, they call me a savage. I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.